another planet, baby.
You're in the studio like, what's the #1 record right now? We need to make another one of those. Stop doing that! Stop! You're not original! Give me some original shit! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else!
Tupac was absolutely correct. It's a white man's world, and he been doing everything to keep niggas in check. Enslaved us, then made us hate us, then gave us a check, praying we would forget. And maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But you can find reminders in society everywhere, regardless of where you living. The Union and Confederacy split was based on businesses dependent on niggas, and that's as real as it gets. Now those racists have offspring in positions where they benefit directly off the actions of their ancestors against my ancestors, and then follow them into the present tense. Critical race theory is clearly meant to hide the idea of white supremacy and pretend that it doesn't exist. And yet when it comes to the blacks, the elite seem to be saying that maybe they want slavery back.
God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else!
The divine energy intensively enters me and it leads me. The timeless identity of the cosmos speaks to me. Precisely, discreetly, frequently. I look in the mirror and see the pieces of me that are God easily. But I know what I feel in the air is the demon frequency that is now taking hold, taking control. Your son and daughter's bodies possibly possessed by something that's not their own. Maybe scenes from The Exorcist is where your memory goes. Maybe the exorcism of Emily Rose. Paranormal activity actively inside your home. Get out told us that we really need to go. You don't understand the higher power, now you've been exposed. Alchemist cookbook, spirit cooking your soul. It's open you up to devils that won't leave you alone. And I worry about you when your people leave you alone.
God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else!
Music and media is being weaponized by the elite in high society, and they're really wise. They're wise enough to tie you up in all kinds of drugs and designer stuff. From time to time your mind is stuck. Crime is at an all-time high and times is rough. Television's giving you mental subliminal messaging. They're feminizing the men, and everything is filled with the chemical estrogen. And masculinized women want the same women that he with. She hate men, but you'll have a son and then teach him to hate his dick. None of it makes sense. Famous rappers with reputations in gang shit actually telling the truth about crimes in real time. And then we witness them go through the judicial system in real time. The judge possibly giving these brothers real time. We can see the diamonds in your watch got you real blind.
God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else! God damn it! Fucking do something else!
Made by Collin. Whether you call him Ryan or you call him Deuce, welcome to the open mic.
The universe universe told me give you a couple verses from this imperfectly nurtured presence that receives blessings anywhere in this earth. Mosques, temple, or churches, or riding around out of town in the rental just learning, or posted on the street corner talking about it's evident the purpose of social media is attention for purchase. I flow like calligraphy with connection, I connected together like cursive. Listen to this wordsmith, this hypnotist, I'm hypnotic, swinging back and forth. My aura's like a watch in front of your optics, swinging back and forth, you steady watching. You fell asleep a hater and woke up a fan. Yo fam, I got him, the local lyricist you didn't know existed. Yet within my existence, I'm supposed to perfect whatever this is, among whatever this is, and most times I just ignore it. It's all the same to me, all of it. I wanna welcome you to the open mic. This was made by Collin. Whether you call him Ryan or you call him Deuce. You sound like him, he sound like you. The two of you sound like them, who sound like who? If I'm honest, doing the math, I'm a problem to you. Nothing you got is hotter than Ryan, so I'm just keeping my cool. While global warming keep you confused, Republicans and Democrats give you the reds and the blues. Brothers and cousins give you the reds and the blues. Serpent Percocets, your eyes red with the blues. You're unhealthy and that's evidently true. We don't match in intelligence, I recognize the devil in you. Look, you playing in a different game, I can tell by the squeak in your shoes. To you, this level is new. That's why I make them bear witness like there's a grizzly. Test who you're not prepared to quiz me. And I just focus on the flow. I don't know nothing about no battle rap, but I know I came from the East Coast and I know that I've had a batch. A kush that had me so high, it made me realize out here eyes are just scared to catch cataracts. Stamp that, address it to whoever it may concern. This is gasoline across the track in a pack of matches. This flow get me crazy burned. You living in ignorance, you hate to learn. In a society as I'm making my way through the haters with words, neighbors with germs, spectators and nerves. Everything is straight as your lady's perm. I promise that my bond is solid as my lady's word. It's my light, my wife reflects her intellect, show and prove what her brain has learned. Part itself, my thoughts started drifting. You know how it is when I started thinking. I can't believe brothers is really spilling blood to cultivate a garden of riches. Part in my interest, but it caught my attention. How genocidal, suicidal, and utterly senseless. And how much as a black man, you must hate another black man or any human in this life that we live in. To sell your people death in any form. Needle, nasal, drinkable, or prescription. During a pandemic, destroying your brothers and sisters' immune systems. Your individualistic thinking is no different than the face on that piece of paper that made you a hateful killer. That rape and pillage your own kind. Your slow mind can't see it does most of its actual living when it's given attention online. To all of my thinkers that's hearing me, y'all know this flow is more than just flowing, it's more than just rapping. I don't wanna tell you I'm tapped in. This the matrix in your language has to be accurate. I'm more Morpheus with my unplugged cohorts, seeing it all happen. Every now and again disrupt the programming and then I hack it. The architects are no longer a threat. We've dissected all of their tactics. In front of our faces, the reshaping's actually happening. Look, the sickness is among us. The healthy are prepared to confront it. From the eldest to the youngins.
Have your sea moss and drink water and protect yourself when you're out in the public.
Super's from another planet, baby.
I'm starting to really not like rap. Too many artists coming out of my speakers got price tags on their souls. The sale was made to sell out and it shows. You told us how much your soul costing most of your flows. A foreign designer shoe, brand names all over your clothes. 100 on the Benz, you couldn't wait to tell us you actually own. Your mother's still in the projects though, you didn't even get her a home. But you did get drippy with all of the money that the label gave you as a loan. You did it big with all of the strippers tricking on all of the hoes. That's smart enough to pay some money on the child support that you owe. You gotta be a father, you gotta be smarter, you gotta be willing to work harder. Fair exchange, learn the art of barter, learn to bargain. Legalese, keep a lawyer, learn the jargon. Constantly peep the scene, keep your eye on it. Realize, actualize, and capitalize on it. Find the truth that's true to you. Be willing to live and die for it. Or you could live for a lie and lose your life behind a lie and then lie on it. Find the truth that's true to you and be willing to live your life for it. I remember when I would look in the mirror and I only seen an enemy. Alone looking for love in myself, inside of myself, and I couldn't even find a friend in me to be a friend to me. Clinically, I was under stress in many moments and focus, and I was dealing with these mental injuries dealt to me in situations that I wasn't equipped to deal with when I was a little me. And my mother was in school and working a job, and honestly, she was too busy to keep her eye on little me. And when my pops wasn't working, he was really busy in the streets. And he was still learning his own lessons. So when he was sitting with me, he was at a loss with those lessons. He didn't know how to give them to me. And I can't say that I don't understand the disconnect between the melanated man and his progeny. It was all part of the plan. Damn. Find the truth that's true to you. Be willing to live and die for it. Or you could live for a lie or lose your life behind a lie and then lie on it. Find the truth that's true to you and be willing to live your life for it.
I hope you can hear me. Sonically and phonetically, I push out all this energy. It's in who I am genetically. You can tell by the way I gesticulate. It's just who I am. Maybe you understand.
I'm absolutely aware this level of crate digging is really rarer than a unified black community with no shootings in this era. The arrogance of non-erasable errors are ever in the air. But I felt the winds of change blowing across my face as the glare of the sun was in my stare. There was some news reporter on in the background saying something about something that was partially true but more of a lie. Two-eyed vision in a land ruled by a man that stands as king of the blind. With his one eye, my third eye showed me. Master teachers in tune with the frequencies exposed me to everything from the phony to the unholy to the divinely enlightened, aligned with the righteous and the revolutionary, and hopefully close to the holy, to the ones that feed the demons in the street and end up dead bleeding from their tea holy, to the parolees finally free from behind bars, home working a job, but in his mind he feel odd, feeling like the best moments in his life was getting drunk with the homies out on the yard. Post-traumatic convicted killer disorder of former killers willing to live different, get him a suit and tie, no longer in the hurting his own kind of moving wide or shooting at guys. The blessing of resurrection of mind after being mentally dead, spirit depleted, your third eye certifiably blind, your pineal gland needs to be decalcified. You've been criminalized, institutionalized, the truth that's needed to free you from these institutional lies given to you and I, and unify and multiply the multitude of communities and commune in unity with mutual ties. Yet there's fear and death in the air, it's everywhere. There seems to be this funeral vibe. Well, maybe not everywhere. I bring life whenever I come through, doing my 1-2, give you the 1-2, the 1 and 2, and then I tell you one deuce. It's only one deuce. You stuck. Truth, Allah's with me. It's why I so easily speak from the heart, revealing my thoughts quickly. One of the gifts divinely linked to this original form, the particle of energy said to be me inside of this physical avatar that knows and understands the meta symbology carved on the walls, connected directly to the astronomy, the cosmology, and the astrology of the stars. I'm serious, the Dogon, understand what I know, God. In a form of life on a piece of papyrus is probably what I wrote my notes on. Then I rolled it up inside of a scroll, then I let it go. You're now vibing with an electrified energy particle, ocean of creativity, easily flow nautical. Every flow come with a quote like I wrote an article. This known author show you a whole catalog of novels, but I don't wanna bother you, and part of it is knowing that you don't wanna be bothered with truth, and I don't wanna lie to you.